I'm hoping the quality of the videos is up to snuff. If it's not, so we have some trade skill trainers here.
Be quick about your business.
If it's not up to snuff, let me know, and I will do my best to address it. Currently, I'm recording on. This is the first time I've ever screen captured anything, so I hope I'm doing a good job. Everybody seems to be telling me that at least my friends, anyway, seem to be telling me. Ha ha ha, Ryan, you don't have any friends. Aw, forever alone. My friends are after that self-deprecating diversion, my friends seem to be telling me that the quality seems quite good. I'm happy with that. You know, I again, talking about the Voltron army for a minute, if I can, really, where I drew a lot of the inspiration, and you know, since I've been watching Let's Plays of guys, you know, who all belong to the Voltron army, I believe. I'm not 100% sure how that operation works up. I sort of haven't wanted to try to become a member, try to become active until I have like a little bit of a body of play videos. But anyway, is that they talk about sort of the things that make bad Let's Plays, and I've sort of tried to, pardon me, I've sort of tried to address all of those. Hopefully, as I get better as a video editor and stuff like that, I can edit sort of undesirable things like, you know, me burping out, you know, and clearing my throat. You know, I sort of am learning as I go. So we've got a couple of quests, which is not at all surprising, as that's basically all there is to do in World of Warcraft to level. It's not 100% true. I think there's some other things. I think player versus player now gives you experience, and there's sort of a safe way to do that, even though we're not on a player versus player rule set. I don't think I'm going to embarrass myself and go into a PvP. I sort of already said that. So we did level up, not to be a little too ADD for you guys. We did level up. We do have a new ability to train, but since we aren't really near... See, we got Rend, which Rend is a damage over time spell or ability. It essentially makes our opponent bleed for a certain amount of damage, and it's actually nice because it'll give us something else to do while Strike and Victory Rush are not usable. Which is essentially the warrior mantra. It's you know, press all your buttons sort of in the order they finish cooling down. And I didn't really explain what a cooldown is. I'm not 100% sure if I need to, but I am going to. The cooldown literally is the time in between uses of an ability. So you can see as Strike has a 3-second cooldown, it actually will show us how long that takes. And I noticed that when I was talking about our Hearthstone, which I'll talk about again, hopefully I don't forget, because we're definitely going to change the location of our Hearthstone. So we're going to turn back this quest that we just finished into Deathguard Dillinger.
What now? Beware. Enemy is about.
If I'm doing too much housekeeping stuff as I'm running around, I'm literally trying to fill in the sort of the grind periods with conversation. You know, I don't know if that's a mistake or not. I always love feedback. So we're going to keep going. We've got sort of 2 quests that want us to run into this area. I believe it's called Brill, but I might be wrong. I think it is. So we've got some pumpkins. It's definitely Halloween, and I think here Deathguard Florence is fighting fire techniques, power to the Forsaken. I do actually think that this is the Halloween event, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, so we're gonna go into Brill. I hope it's called Brill. Yeah, it is. Memory serves me. And we're going to first do what we should always do when we first come into a new city, which is we're going to talk to the Bat Handler.
I haven't got all day.
Essentially what these guys are is these guys are flight masters, and they're going to allow us to fly all over the map. So this will actually allow us to fly. This is World of Warcraft's quick travel system. This allows us to get basically all over the Eastern Kingdom.
Do not seek death.
Right, which is here. And it will actually allow us to travel all around Kalimdor and all around Northrend. And yeah, that's the Cataclysm expansion. Right now, what we care about is this top corner where we are. So we'll talk to the Bat Handler and make sure that she knows that we've marked this location. The Flight Masters, you see a little boot with the wing on it. The Flight Masters are all over the place. You sort of just find them as you as you go. Here we see a nice torn female wearing some of the heirloom gear. She looks quite nice. We're jealous because, you know, we look like that and she looks like that. She's also level 70. Alright, so one of the things we can do if we need to get directions is we can ask a guard. He can tell us where all sorts of things is. The stable master, our class trainer. And this is somewhat antiquated of a system. It still helps if you don't know a big city, but because of the minimap locations, we can actually see the warrior trainer right on our minimap there. Right, that nice little book there. So we're gonna head straight into Brill and continue on our merry way questing. Here's our first aid trainer.
What now?
So we're gonna right click her. And she's got a whole bunch of stuff, but what we care about is training apprentice first aid, so we're gonna click on it. Okay, it's gonna cost us 95, we're gonna train it.
Trust
Now that we
no
have it,
one.
we can hit P to open our spellbook, go to general. Did they move trade skills? I think they did move trade skills. Okay. Ah. It's under K. Okay. There's first aid. You can click it, and now we can make linen bandages. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to make a couple of linen bandages just by clicking create all. Linen bandages are made because we have linen, which is the requirement. Right, and they heal us for 66 damage. So we'll put our little bandages in this little bag, and we'll put our linen bandages on the hotbar. That way we can right click to apply them. And then we're going to talk to her, and we need 40 first aid before we get our next level of bandage. So that's just something for us to keep in mind, that we need to get this bar to 40, which will happen by creating bandages before we can get our next level of bandages. I'm not 100% sure how much we need these little guys, considering that we have, you know, triple them in life, but first aid is a very useful skill, especially for a class that isn't able to heal themselves. So we're gonna go ahead and
Embrace the shadow.
pick up all the quests in Brill that we can find. So this is gonna be kind of like, I wish I had yakety sax so I could be like as I was doing this, because that's essentially how it's gonna feel. You know, because essentially what I'm doing is I'm going around and talking to everybody I can. These are really nice environments that they added with Cataclysm. That Brill used to be sort of this homely little place, and now it's just a little bit more exciting, a little nicer. And that's one thing that I do really like about World of Warcraft, is that the Blizzard is willing to constantly work and improve on their game. You know, and some people, okay, so this is a
Speak, friend.
A Halloween quest, which I'm not going to do.
For the Horde.
Alright, that's part of the Halloween event. It will disappear as soon as All Hallows Eve events on WoW are over. So, in your playthrough, unless it's Halloween, likely it won't be there. And there are some neat little things. You know, you've got a candy bucket here. And the way to determine... Nope, we need to go upstairs. The way to sort of determine whether or not you need to be doing those is pretty straightforward. They're pretty much themed. I mean, if it's a guy in a red costume, you know, and he's talking about presents, you can figure that part out.
Trust no one.
All right. I think my kitty might be coming to say hello. So, our quick and dirty discussion of the Hearthstone. The Hearthstone provides us with the ability to return to our home point, and allows us to mark a home point. So if I were to right click this, I would be sending myself back to Death Knell, where we started. The nice thing about the Hearthstone is it can return you to any inn, and in World of Warcraft, if you sit in an inn or an area where your name has the Z's, you develop rested experience, which doubles the rate at which you gain experience. So we're going to talk to innkeeper Renee, and we're going to ask her to make this in my home.
Trust no one.
She's going to cast that on us, and now when we look at our Hearthstone, it says it'll return us to Brill. So once every 30 minutes we can cast this, and it'll take us to Brill. I'm gonna jump out of it because I'm already at Brill.
What is
She can
it?
also buy and sell us some things. I don't know if she has anything that's incredibly relevant, just food and drink. I'm just gonna clear out my bag space right now because
Embrace the
it'll become
shadow.
important, I think. Alright, so off we go to the question mark here. I believe this is the tour, which essentially is going to take us, I think it probably takes us to the
I'm
Undercity.
listening.
Yeah, it does. So we'll accept the next
Dark
one,
lady,
we're gonna
watch
talk to
over
her.
you. Goodbye.
and we're going to go to the Undercity
You are.
by finding our boot with the Undercity on it and clicking it.
Do not.
And we'll take off, riding Mr. Bat. Sorry, I don't have a good, like, mute control for my mic, so, you know, the miscellaneous coughs happen. Eventually I'll get good enough that I can just straight up edit those out of my videos. So the quick travel system in WoW is kind of nice because it'll take you places where you can't necessarily go until you get your flying mount. That's sort of another new addition, is that you can have your flying mounts in Lordaeron, which is actually kind of a big deal because you didn't used to be able to have that. I think you get your first one at 60 now. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'll double check. Mounts are sort of a late game item anyway, not something we'll be touching on. We probably get our first land mount within the scope of this Let's Play, but in terms of what else we do, the other mounts anyway, the faster ones and stuff like that, it's not that important. So there's lots of exclamation points and things. This is the Undercity, which is the home of the undead, decorated for Halloween because it is Halloween, I think, tomorrow. So I'm essentially going to ignore all of that. I'll do a few things. The first thing is the bank. This is where you can store items and unlock slots. It's important because eventually you will get items which you can't use immediately, but you do want to save. So it's important to take note the bank is sort of in the middle of the Undercity. And I'm not going to spend too much time here because the major cities are not incredibly relevant in your early character's life. What we're going to do is we're going to try to find this question mark. And hopefully he is close. I have a feeling we're going to be doing some running around. The running sections of this game are really alleviated by the mounts. That's something you sort of have to just be patient for, and you'll get there. So my guess is he's in the top ring, and I am just a little dumb. There he is. We didn't need to go all the way down there. Look at that. Talk to the weapons merchant. Give them the order. Click. Oh, we got a nice little green effect.
Farewell.
So that means we are now honored with the Undercity. If you remember, I was talking about reputation before. We just got a reputation level up. So now we're not friendly, we're honored. Which mechanically used to mean something, but I don't think it means very much anymore. I think the only bonus becomes at Exalted, when this bar essentially is all the way to the end 3 or 4 times. Okay, we got our package. Now we're going to head back to the Bat Rider. The Bat Rider right here.
Speak quickly. What would you
One of the
ask,
things
Company?
I'll talk about sort of really quickly
What is
is
it?
that there's a quartermaster for the Undercity, and so we can do a couple of things from this quartermaster. One of the things we can get is a 16 slot bag, which is really nice. We have to be revered though, which I believe is neutral, friendly, honored, revered. Yeah, so it's the next level of reputation. We'll probably get that within the scope of the Let's Play. This bag is as big as our backpack. So that's really nice to have. All of the major cities have one of these guys, so it sort of rewards you for doing jobs for all the major cities. So I'm actually going to pick up an Undercity tabard, even though it was a large portion of our gold, because I really like how it looks, that nice blue, and it has this sort of the teary eyes and stuff like that. And I want Lich to look good, so part of World of Warcraft is looking good.